Holy fucking shit. I want to bang Sydney so goddamn bad. I can't stand it anymore. Every time I see her face I get a massive erection. I've seen literally every Rule 34 post there is of her online. My dreams are nothing but constant fucking sex with Sydney. I'm sick of waking up every morning with 6 nuts in my boxers and knowing that those are nuts that are busted for nothing because I'm not having hot steamy sex with Sydney. What a shame.
Amcar isn't a bad AR and is viable. I just printed money on counterfeit for 725 minutes and had 42 kpm with Amcar only, 09 crew chief, no bots, no skills and no downs in DSOD. This exposes all of you who call Amcar a bad weapon. It is not bad and is really good. Even me, a shit player, can get 42 kpm means it's a really good weapon and does not need any balancing whatsoever.
Let me just say I'm a quick fix main. I've never seen the point of Painkillers except maybe in combination with Inspire Ace in the middle of a cop swarm. But then if I was planning for doing dangerous revives I would just take something like Kingpin for 6 seconds invulnerability. Also protects everyone else cause cops are targeting you.
$100 every 6 minutes for 12 hours. I'm trying to promote my channel. I stream a lot of Payday 2 on Twitch. But just don't have enough people enjoying the game. Well, come on down. You're invited to my Payday 2 stream to have a great time. Please follow and win something. $100 every 6 minutes for 12 hours, if I reach 100k viewers on my Twitch stream right now. Also giving away 100 copies of Payday 3 when the game is released if this stream is a success. Thank you for your time and see you soon.
Kingpin is redundant with leech existing. But even the dumbshit redditors who think not everything is viable know that Kingpin's viable, so that's gotta say something about how strong Kingpin and by extension leech actually is. Basically, if redundant equals not viable then Kingpin isn't viable.
If only girls like this existed in my life, but without all the lustful stuff. It's like looking at your dream car but it's only for display until you can afford it. Damn, this sucks. I'm lost with no dreams, goals, just at home playing Payday 2 on my Xbox, checking Twitter, daydreaming about my life. Or maybe I'm just another Kevin Spacey, all lifeless and miserable. Hope he comes out as guilty though. We all make mistakes. Anyways, hope y'all have a great day and God bless you.
OMG GELDGEIL? Famous YouTuber for making DSOD. I am your biggest fan, one I follow since you made the 377263 Goat Sim DSOD solo no bot run. Dude, you're so epic, I purchase all of your merch.
This is a non-meta zone, no leeches, stoics or any kind of meta in this domain. Anyone caught participating in meta activities such as abusing PCM stun, or installing any kind of info HUD, or supporting meta ideologies will be shot on sight.
Is it just me or do the cons of Painkillers greatly outweigh the pros? Painkillers seems to revolve around those moments when someone goes down in the open and there's cops everywhere. But how often do those moments happen? Also, would you not possibly go down as well if they are in a dangerous area? That's why I mentioned ideally wanting Inspire Ace with it. But also, if I needed to run into the open to revive someone, I would want quick fix for fast deploying of first aid kits if my health.
Back in earlier updates, with pro jobs, only one skill set, can't change between heist days, etc. Armor bag actually had a meta. But now you just reset on fail and try again, usually don't even need a player to wait outside with a loud build. Like the first week the game was out they didn't even have concealment modifiers, so running into a stealth heist with a 308 and Deagle, both with bigger is better suppressor, was actually meta and what I did. After concealment detection risk became a thing, armor bag easily had a meta if it had existed.
Mod request, furry NPCs. Modding discussion. For the enemies and hostages other neutral NPCs. To further clarify what I am looking for. I don't want to make a fuss. I just want to know if these mods even exist. I've tried looking around for them, but no luck. I figured surely it must exist, and since Google has failed me, I thought Reddit might be able to pick up the slack.
1000 cocks and ass plus lobby. For Anarchist 2000 cocks and mouth as well, plus for everyone else, you can only watch and get a cock in the mouth ass at the end. If you keep talking, I'll just refuse to fuck you.
DSOD players in DW is funny to me. They really can't take a pressure from Gensec enemies since they're mostly playing with SWAT, heavy SWAT tweak table enemies. So, if you say that you're got elite player in Payday 2, why don't you play on other difficulties besides DSOD? Vanilla DSOD players are a different breed of dumb arses. Choosing the game and exploiting its flaws to get through a difficulty isn't exactly something I'd call good gameplay, yet they dare to say otherwise. It's also really funny seeing DS players on DW or lower difficulties, just dying all the time, because they're used to it being a normal thing.
Anarchist, 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 anarchist.
Do not believe their lies. In Payday 3, one of the crew members will be called 3, just so they can drop the line, "I want my Payday 3." Do not listen to their reasons why that character is named 3. If they are telling you actually, "We totally thought of that before the title drop" joke even came to mind. No. They are making it up. I am so sure that they are going to pull this bullshit on us. There is just absolutely no way around it. If they say actually, it's because when they were a teenager they robbed a convenience store and the only thing they got out of it was $3, and when the other kids in the youth detention center found out, they were relentlessly razzed for it, but eventually they adopted the name and wore it with pride to signify that they learned from their mistakes. No. They are lying. If they say, well, it's because they have walked and they came up with those 3 rules for heisting after a job went wrong, so they constantly reiterate them whenever they were in a stressful situation. No. Falsehoods, plain and simple. If they say, well, they were one of a group of triplets, and when you spawn in with the character you randomly get assigned either triplet number 1, triplet number 2 or triplet number 3. In order to distinguish them, the crew just started calling them by a number, because they were Greek and their real names are needlessly convoluted and unpronounceable to everyone but themselves. No. You are being taken for a fool. If you catch them red-handed and link them this post and they say, "Ha! What a coincidence that someone predicted that we would name a character 3, but it's actually completely unrelated to our character we named 3, and the backstory we came up with is also different." No. They are laughing at you. They think you are a genuinely dumb person. They think you are very, very stupid. The biggest moron they've ever seen. A substandard intelligence troglodyte. Do not, I repeat, do not believe their fucking lies.
Imagine Payday 2 is just a dream Wolf had. Know what's confusing? Hoxton knew Wick, Bonnie, and Clover before the gang. Wick knew Chains. Is it possible Chains, Wick, Hoxton, Bonnie, and Clover all knew each other before the gang? The gang's origins were: Dallas and Bane started the gang after Dallas betrayed 2 Chicago mobs and turned them against one another. So Dallas fled underground and ran his own illegal weapons business for a while. So Dallas and Bane connected. Then Wolf was the next to join. I remember reading somewhere he got the nickname because when he first met Dallas, he howled and it caught Dallas off guard, leading him to piss himself.
So I tried playing on Overkill without stealth. It's impossible. No matter if I tried going for my dodge or tank build, I never stayed alive long. How do you play above hard without stealth? Dodge just didn't feel like I actually dodged anything. My armor and health were gone quickly. Tank also wasn't good because my armor was just poof, and I don't know how I'm supposed to do it.
You're shit out of luck. It's Unreal Engine. An engine notorious for only being suitable for cartoon games, for example Fortnite, which is where Epic's wealth came from. They then opened it up to all genres and sold a universal engine to other companies, making them billions. The consequence of this is games that run at 10 FPS in the pursuit of wrongfully pushing for a realistic graphic style for a game engine only suitable for anime cartoon art style. For a multiplayer game this will run like cow dung. To make matters worse, expect TOF S-line smear to make games look worse than a filled nappy. That in Payday is fundamentally not realistic by design. That would be an impossibility. It's always going to be an arcade-like co-op shooter, and it has to be to work. Something like this isn't realistic in nature. With that said, they could make realistic, i.e. could, might not.
Hey, sorry, I saw your profile, and I just thought you looked cute in your picture. I really wanted to tell you that it's really rare to see girls playing video games, haha. I don't know why it's a guy thing, honestly. I'm like really against misogyny, and like you'll be the one in the kitchen making sandwiches. We should really play PD2 sometime. It's a really cool action-packed, 4-player co-op shooter game with a lot of cool moments, but don't worry, you'll be there to protect you. Sorry, that wasn't flirting, I swear, I'm just trying to be friendly. I really like your profile picture. Sorry, was it too far? Really sorry, I'm really shy, I don't go out much, haha. Add me on Skype, we should talk more, you look really nice and fun, xxx.
Hello Overkill, or should say GreedGill. Get your shit together. I can't play your game because it stinks. Why you gotta make me pay $200 for bad DLC and then tell me to fuck off? Literally, you want my money instead of my enjoyment. Can't even play stealth because the matchmaking sucks. Why always noobs? I need pros in my pubs that know the nuts. Stop throwing me bots into my fucking game. Unplayable. Get your shit together because your team is full incompetent divs that they want only money. Can't believe video games now want your bussy ain't head of giving you fun like the old days, man. So please Overkill, make Payday 2 free so I can't be angry and beat up my brother because you take away my money. Get your shit together for once.
I'm happy to see how you guys have been dealing with this struggle around the dark times of 2018-2019, but finally came through after all expectations and the amazing campings you guys been delivering the past almost 4 years, but I think it's time for a new installment. People are hyped and ready to score some new hits. Thank you, Overkill.
I am low-key tempted to ask Starbreeze for the Payday 3 code to debug before the release. No resources needed, but I expect fully commented code this time. Fully commented. Be a regular coder. This calls for pooping in the chute. Help all of us out. Obviously you do not need to comment every line, but let us know what the functions do. It's not even generosity, it's what good coders do. Leave your signature as well, if you are proud of it. That is the only thing I'm going to say.
Overkill can release it literally whenever they want, and they have no right to demand you to waste your time not having fun grinding for this event. Your free time, your mental and physical health is more important than inflating user engagement metrics by grinding these presents out for their unrealistic goals. Overkill's not going to respect your limited free time, it's up to you. Overkill might think that these events are cool and quirky and community building, but in reality, they burn people out and make them quit faster, and make them feel bitter about having fun content gated behind an unfun repetitive grinding task. As other people have suggested also, Overkill pads the numbers for these community goals, making this task truly arbitrary.
I am Korean and use a translator. We Koreans hate no inspire ace people, and we kick them out of the game. This is just a cultural difference, and no one plays selfishly. At least in Korea, no inspiration is not acceptable.
I fucking despise Joy with every fiber of my being. Every time I fucking look at her it makes me furious. She comes across as an obsessed fangirl that desperately wants to ride on the Payday gang's cock. Her mask, typically admired for being one of the only interesting ones in the game, is stupid. It flashes images across it of the other Payday gang's default masks, literally robbing them of their image. Joy has no iconography of her own. Her fucking van, don't even get me started. When fully upgraded, it has a picture of Dallas's mask on it, further exasperating the eyesore that she is. All of her visual design screams, "Please let me into the gang, OMG, I'm your biggest fan." Instead of a suit or anything resembling it, she wears featureless jeans and a jacket. She demolishes the game's visual style with her mere presence. Her gloves are fucked. Despite being thick fabric gloves, they make her fingers look unbelievably tiny. Their texture is incompatible with the 3D space of the game's engine, creating aliasing whenever they move around on the screen. Not to mention nearly every sentence that comes out of her stupid mouth. Joy is the nerdy guy from the 2017 Salaminati event, only instead of being played off for laughs, he's allowed into the gang directly. She is void of actual personality and featureless aside from being a caricature of people who enjoy Payday 2. She is a joke that was funny for the first minute and a half, but gets repeated for so long that you get tired of hearing it. And because of her waifu status, thousands of goon addicts will select her before joining your lobby. She is an insult. She is worse than Ethan and Hila. At the very least, they're just stupid and obnoxious, and the people who play them are aware of this and exploit that to piss people off.
So I just woke up from a dream in which I was playing Shacklethorn Auction and the host had some mod that made random regular enemies spawn with miniguns which could shoot through walls. I died sirking to it, and then the host said that the team needs 3 medic bag players if we wanted to win. I wake up and see there's a new deck. Which world is the nightmare world here? Am I really awake anymore? I'm going back to bed.
CrimeNET is under attack. Gensec is partnering with a shady company funded by a well-known figure, together working on a powerful piece of equipment capable of destroying CrimeNET for good. The malicious signals are being broadcast from Security Avenue 55, where the Gensec headquarters stand tall. Fight your way into the lion's den and liberate CrimeNET.
Imagine playing Anarchist and thinking you're based when Armor exists. When you play Armorer, it really shows how big your dick can be and how much you can whip it out and fuck those stupid zeals in the ass. You're just so chunky and bulky that you can really just push objectives on your own and carry pubs like the strongest raid boss. Like, I can't even describe it. It's just like Anald. So how good Armorer is in the entirety of Payday 2. Please play Payday 2 Armorer. It's just the best deck. Nat, it proves to people around that you're not a bitch and you can handle it.
Guys, have you heard to Anarchist? Literally the best deck in game. When your armor breaks, you get literally God mode for 2 seconds. Isn't that awesome? And when your armor breaks, you just shoot enemy and get your armor back. Like, you can tank so much stuff with Anarchist. Best deck in game. You also run suit, which means you get crits, and crits mean high damage, so you can deal a lot of damage.
While using your forum admin powers to push your agenda. It literally isn't a cheat, doesn't label the player as a cheater in the game, like other real cheat mods do. Alerts players joining public lobbies that the host is using Silent Assassin. If they are, harms no one in solo and is balanced. Boohoo, am suggesting a mod to a player who will likely only use it for solo play. What's your argument here? You have none. You are pushing an agenda. Play the game how I want you to play it. You're a nonce.
The Overkill difficulty level in Payday 2. I must say, it is rather amusing to see lesser players struggle with this difficulty level. In my opinion, it is the true test of skill and determination, and only the most elite players are capable of conquering it. You see, on the Overkill difficulty level, the enemies are tougher and more numerous. They are difficult to defeat, and they require a high level of skill and coordination to overcome. Furthermore, the player has access to fewer resources, such as health kits and ammunition, which makes it more challenging to survive and complete the game. In short, the Overkill difficulty level in Payday 2 is not for the faint of heart. It is a true test of skill, and only the most elite players are capable of conquering it. Those who find it too difficult are simply not up to the challenge, and they should stick to the easier difficulty levels. As for me, I relish the challenge of the Overkill difficulty, and I scoff at those who cannot handle it.
If you're really unlucky, you can still get a tase down. But the probability of that is probably still better than Damon's 42 bullet dodge.
This bullet is a suck. 1. Kingpin is suck because we have Anarchist and Hacker. 2. First aid kits. WTF is wrong with this bullet? 3. Isma, you can change skeletal stock on wide stock, he give you 4 stab plus 1 cons. 4. Transporter don't work with Kingpin and Shockproof who use this #Scientist in 2018. This bullet for very hard overkill, but not for DSOD plus odd.
Hello Overkill Payday, I think you should add trollface mask. It only makes sense because if you have no Megusta and Rage Face, why do you not have the iconic trollface? Sincerely Jonathan Ovisalu.
Oh. My. God, is that a Payday 2 DS player? Starts blushing. So cool. I have always wanted to meet a Payday 2 DS player. They are so cool with their kill horror and meta. I will be the meta because I'm submissive little femboy. You can carry me with the Anarchist build because I love when you make space for the team creams myself. Oops, I'm so sorry for that. Greater than W less than. We should play DS sometime. It'd be a cool date idea, and maybe we can be more than good friends.
New unit idea for true heist. New unit. Payday Hunters, an elite division of units that are armored and patrol around the map. Spot you faster. 2,200 horsepower, 3,000 on Overkill, 1 down. 15,400 horsepower on True Heist. Going loud, slower than a Cloaker full body armor pager on loud. These have the same threat as a Skulldozer, but faster variations of weapons. If a Payday Hunter sees a player, but does not fully detect them, the Payday Hunter would walk to where the player was seen and where the player may be hiding. Increased radius to hear noise, loud or stealth. A heister sounds extremely worried and or scared when spotting one. Normally, heister, watch out, see a guard. Payday Hunter, heister, shit, watch the fuck out, Payday Hunter ahead. Loud, holy fuck, watch out. Payday Hunter. Able to perform takedowns, can be silently assassinated, affected by ECM.
What's the point of 4 people being condescending and rude over something that doesn't matter? I gave like a boring build idea at 3 AM while high because I thought it was funny, and a million little cretins came out of the woodwork to give their pathetic little 2 cents about it and comedically deconstruct my statement to explain why that wasn't a funny thing to say. You should reevaluate how you spent your time if you think you have an impact on the world. Fuck all y'all. Leaving this server.
Modders use the Lua coding language to make mods. Not Dieasel, and Lua is a lot easier to learn compared to the game coding language being Dieasel. Dieasel is basically no information on how to use it properly. Imagine trying to learn the spaghetti code. That is this game with a bad coding language being Dieasel.
Hello, welcome to a unique experience of Payday 2. As a heads up, no, I don't do stealth in pubs, so don't ask. Let me introduce to you the gameplay changing mods that are in effect. Upgraded Captain Winters, expanded arsenal for all enemy units, bulldozers plus, more marshals/aprons for marshals and recon task force aka hostage rescue teams. Shields can be broken after a lot of DMG is inflicted. Dominating a cop is a lot harder. Cops will also now use laser sights. It has 0 effect on gameplay effect but keeps you on alert. As for stealth, only change is guards are now SWAT guards and they will shot once you're detected. It's hell, and I hope you enjoy your stay here.
Hi, I saw you in a PD2 game, and I just thought you were really cool. I'll treat you right. I'm not like other guys you see. I didn't compliment you based off your appearance when I first met you. I'm not shallow like other guys, trust me. I actually liked you for your personality. Not that you're bad looking or anything. Stupid. You're not bad looking at all. Matter of fact, I'm quite attracted to you. Was that flirting? Sorry, I'm a wreck sometimes. I have no control. Honestly, I'm so sorry. Once again, sorry, honestly. We could watch anime, or even play some PD2 sometime. Maybe practice, or we could Skype chat. Please respond to me, okay?
I swear, out of every heister noobs I see, John Wicks are the dumbest. I've seen CTVs with Commando 101s while using Stoic on very hard. I've experienced kicks at the end of guests because they think it works like GTA. I've had John Wicks block me because I try to help them out. I wish John Wick and Payday never existed. It's come to the point I just kick them when they come in my lobbies, or restart a heist because one of the AI is John Wick. I wish this character was removed instead of Scarface, my god.
I do not speak for the whole community, and I'm pretty sure many of the other Kingpin mains are less cynical, way more tolerant and understanding than me, but I do not welcome you here. The hate I've got for hacker mains cannot be simply described with words, both as enemies and as teammates, always pretentious, arrogant, smug little goblins who think they're the next DSOD YouTuber. It always brings a smile to my face to Commando 101, these cocky rodents, who thought they could clear waves then pussy out with their stun and get away with it. I do not accept you as one of us. I'm sure that last sentence doesn't matter at all, and I'm well aware that saying all this is pointless, rude, uncalled for and unnecessarily toxic. I'm just an asshole venting, pun intended.
Okay buddy. Clearly you don't understand how Anarchist rewards patient and intelligent players. Let me clue you in, as an Anarchist main I enjoy shooting and regen armor. Anarchist can clear assault and take advantage of fade. This is why I run KSP or AK5, so I can always take out more than 40 enemies with a mag. The way the Anarchist can tank anything is amazing, which optimizes our chances of beating the heist. This is why we don't push or revive teammates when they are on an open field OFC, so we can actually intelligently plan out clearing assaults and not just be braindead. We aren't idiots because we want to maximize our chances of success. This is what makes us, my friends and I play Anarchist, actually smart, because even though we don't get killed too often, and it doesn't reflect poorly upon us that we lose most times because we set ourselves up for the next heist, we aren't those Kingpin mains who only try to get kills and die instantly. We try to win. We're laughing when we mow entire assaults.
I hate lab rats. If lab rats was a plate of food, I would burn it. If lab rats was a person, I would torture them. If lab rats was water, I'd pour it into a capsule and launch it to the sun. If lab rats was an animal, I'd cook it, then throw it away. If lab rats was a car, I'd destroy and recycle it to make a refrigerator, then throw said refrigerator into a volcano. If lab rats was a plant, I'd pour hydrochloric acid all over it. If lab rats was a fish, I'd tie a dumbbell to it and let it sink to the bottom of the sea where its eyes would pop out of its body. If lab rats was a real location, I'd order an immediate destruction of its entire planet by projecting a nuclear beam directly at lab rats. If lab rats is hated by everything, I am everything. If lab rats is hated by the whole world, I am the world's leader. If lab rats is hated by a country, I'm its president. If lab rats is hated by a state, I'm its governor. If lab rats is hated by a city, I'm its mayor. If lab rats is hated by a family, I'm the head of the house. If lab rats is hated by a person, I'm that person. If lab rats is hated by a heart, that heart belongs to me. If lab rats is hated by blood, I drink it. If lab rats is hated by cells, I'm the nucleus. If lab rats is hated by the nucleus, I'm the DNA. If lab rats is hated by DNA, I'm all four of its chemical bases. If everything loves lab rats, then I was never born.
I hate tasers. Tasers are just the absolute gutter trash of all the special enemy units. Shields just seem like any other expendable normal cop, especially true with the shock and awe skill and any AP weapon. And I have to respect the bulldozers and Captain Winters for at least having a high armor and firepower, and confronting the players head-on instead of hiding like a little bitch. Medics, while annoying, at least have the skill of healing fellow troops. For snipers, I can at least respect them for their accuracy. As for cloakers, even if they do hide and jump the player by surprise, I at least have to respect the agility and speed of them. Not to mention they look pretty cool. But tasers? They are the only special units with no skills. While you're taking out other units, they hide like a coward and shock you into submission. You could be mag dumping with an LMG, and a taser catching you off guard is the only thing needed to stop you in your tracks. And unlike cloakers, there's nothing admirable about them. They aren't any faster or more agile, they don't have any unique skill to them, and they hide like cowards and only engage you when you're reloading. Not to also mention they look super gay. And to top it off, they think they're so cool and special when they use their stupid bolt on you. And yeah, I know, they're just NPCs. But still, they're the most infuriating shit of them all, and still wanna pretend like they're the best because of their stupid lighting effect. Absolute lowest of the low. The most fatherless, inbred, pos in video game history.
Blaming the game all you want, but you have full health and ammo. You could have run and get out of the fire no problem. Inefficient use of your assault rifles. If it didn't work the first time, when they got downed, then why would it work the second time, when they again tried to 3 instead? Oh, I dunno. Get into cover and then shoot. Rinse repeat. I can tell your IQ is low. Note, you don't ever not use it again, you just don't rely on it while in the fire when you have another much more viable option, especially considering it didn't work the first time. What are you when you do the same thing expecting different results? Also, if you're dumb enough to keep using leech that doesn't work instead of just getting into cover, then you should shoot at the enemies.
We have also had enough. DM to join a toxic community where are so lame as to be toxic online and kill this game by making it not fun to play. We already have 3,000 plus active members and are looking to expand. There's a tight and strict background check to be completed as we don't want to expose ourselves. We all started in the same boat. We loved the game since the Death Wish update. However, due to negligence from Overkill and them ignoring the player's base and choosing to listen to themselves, we have decided to kill the game within by being toxin in pubs. We even have a pay scale for players who post their most toxic sessions and they receive a Toxic Player of the Month award. You're probably asking why we do it? Or how does it fix the game? The answer is, there's no fixing the game as devs don't care, so we want to contribute to its downfall by increasing its toxicity. If you weren't help dealing with enemies, that was us. If a player has intentionally not revived you, that was us. If a teammate has stolen your revives while you were being at low health, that's us. If a player was downing you with a Commando 101, that was us. Join us.
What if the Payday gang, the Edrunners from the cyberpunk anime, and the TF2 mercenaries worked together for killing the Doomslayer? I recently watched the 3rd and 4th episode of Cyberpunk Edrunners and I love it. I thought first about a fight versus the TF2 mercenaries or the Payday gang. But then I said to myself, what if they fight all together for defeating the Doomslayer? Because of a precedent post about the Payday gang fighting the TF2 mercenaries and the Doomslayer. I imagine them being paid an enormous amount of money by their bosses if they kill him. So they find themselves in hell, and they decide to work together and divide themselves the money instead of fighting each other's. The TF2 mercenaries can use the man versus machines upgrades for helping them fight. Ammo bags, medic bags, etc. will be used by everyone. I don't know how dispensers and medic guns could heal the members of the other gangs due to something that the medic put in each of the mercenaries' heart. It will be all the Payday gang, included DLC characters, and all skills.
Got into a boring meter slave lobby. Anarchist, Contractor Stoic, Akimbo's CR8S leech. Lions roar, no funny allowed. Also they got no balls to run something out of meter.
Last time I played this game they said that all coming DLCs would be free. Almi's just Almi, I guess. Talk about thieves, he's the biggest one.
Recently I've had an influx of cheaters with Infamy ranks over the normal 100 Infamy limit, and I was wondering why doesn't the auto kick work for these people? Surely the game knows max Infamy is 100, right?
I am not lucky unlike some people, so dodge sucks dick and ass above overkill. The only reason a dodge build would mildly work on mayhem is Bakasu grinder carrying it.
This is why I think DS is a much more fun difficulty despite its problems everyone talks about every single day. There's no risk in rushing objectives in the open here, making enemies rather pointless for the most part, which also makes the game pointless for me.
I cannot name one reason you would use leech over muscle. The leech ample takes a valuable spot that any grenade can fill and actually take use of. And even if you want to use a perk deck that replaces grenades, use Stoic. It's better in every conceivable way. Go ahead, give me your reasons that leech is meter defining and I will easily put you in your place.
The Star 3N build is historic. It is also extremely overpowered. I am one of the few people with the connections to use it. You will get PD2 builder link for it, for an orange-colored individual who I represent. Devise a plan and execute upon it. I'd wish you luck, but you have crossbreed masks.
Difficulty much harder overkill. Yes, you got it. Now don't cry. SWATs now have much better flashbangs. Use the shades. More balanced single-player sessions. Bulldozers are now evil.
Fałbuiltnet inspire. Dachofiał zaebal bliat. Kak mojno not take inspire nad his bliat skuju difficulty, zachemniał tim bez inspire? Estamo bax konechno. No amo bax netaku seful, tak kakt hej mojet bit prosto nenujen for the team.
We hope to fulfill your stay here at my DS Loud Lobby, where only the best of the best get an opportunity to sit back, relax, and let loose. Please remember that if an Agustino establishment was or is being negative to you, please do not be afraid in contacting us, so we may get more people to become negative.
I love Wolfhud so much. Ever since I found out about infidels, I fell in love with Wolfhud and nothing else. The vast amounts of information I get from it makes me come in my pants every time I use it. Sometimes I join public lobbies and just look at Wolfhud instead of the game, which doesn't take a lot of effort considering I can't see the game most of the time anyway. I use Wolfhud. My favorite part about Wolfhud is how it makes my kills look higher since it has so many bugs, one of which doubles numbers. Whenever I crash, I desperately run to my crash log in hopes that Wolfhud crashed me again because I just love when the mod doesn't take it easy on me. Wolfhud has changed my life and I really hope you all try it too.
New meter? Guys, new meter 3 damage buff? New meter. Guys, look, new meter. Did I mention new meter? Insane buffs. Absolutely game changing. Whole change of the meter. Look at my mediocre gameplay where I slide on the floor with my gun sticking out in the middle. New meter. Update 21,111,019,302. Wait, extremely underwhelming guns are now slightly better. New meter. Best build. New meter. Rogue UP yeah. CRMNGEIC Ray. I leave the GM. New meter. Also new meter. Did I mention new meter?
There's so many intellectual guys thinking that silent assassin, carry stacker and better bots are cheats or an op-duper mega super SHT silent assassin bring logic into this fucking game, and you don't need to restart almost every time when 2 guards spotted you on FWB, due to the bug, unpredictable moment, insta detection or a NPC with eyes on their back. And if guard detected something, red mark, you need to answer the pager anyway, plus you don't have INF amount of body bags, so if you're out of body bag, you are FK'd up. Carry stacker does the same as silent assassin, brings logic into the game. Don't you find to be unable to pick up 2 key cards kinda stupid? Or that you can bring only 1 coke bag? Carry stacker has limits too. You can't stack up more than 6 bags of money / 3 bags of gold / 1 bag of an artifact and etc. Better Bots is the same mod as an id-air mod, but BB improves AI of the bots, while id-air fixes their path. With that mod, Teammate Bots is like a real human or very smart AI that can do many things, not only walk, shoot and revive you. That mod improves AI of the bots, not giving them INF health and damage or speed of light. So, guys, use your brain before asking why are you using cheats, mods, or wow, you're so bad at this game, so you decided to download these cheats, mods.
Cloaker and Bulldozer torture, CBT, criminal torture or heister torture is a law enforcement activity involving application of pain or constriction to the criminal or active shooter. This may involve directly painful activities, such as sniper piercing, bulldozer play, baton spanking, squeezing, crime busting, criminal flogging, crime spree play, tickle torture, taser electrostimulation or even kicking. The recipient of such activities may receive direct physical pleasure via masochism, or emotional pleasure through erotic humiliation, or knowledge that the play is pleasing to a sadistic dominant. Many of these practices carry significant health risks.
Stoic physically can armorgate, fragile after down, which means you need to either eat meds or play passive for height, and can't fucking self-revive himself for free whenever he feels like it.
There are a few things you should know when using this build. You need to get into the right mindset to maximize your efficiency with it. If you die at any point while using this build, type grace into the chat. Otherwise, people will judge you for having a small dick. If you die trying to zerk, blame the map geometry for not being consistent. Always complain about dozer spam even though you can kill any dozer under a second with zerk and crits. Remember, nothing is your fault if something goes wrong. Just blame the game. Always play away from your teammates in pursuit of top kills and complain about the team not watching your back when you die. And always use this build, or some other variation of it, cause no one really cares about what deployables the team needs or team composition.
Hey guys, KSB Fan here back again with another top 50 reasons why KSB 58 sucks, starting with number 50. The KSB 58 is just garbage. Moving on to number 49, it has recoil, which makes it useless. Number 48. You cannot just ignore the fact KSB light machine gun is better in every single scenario, starting with accuracy and ending with stability. And for number 47 we have Hungry Wolf looking trash one. Speaking about number 46, we have Imposter from Among Us. Hold on, hello, is this Imposter from Among Us?
This enemy, the balance changes and the normal difficulty nerf are a result of a Reddit poll devs made when they started to update the game again. We asked for this, not because Payday 2 is horrendously unbalanced and bad. We asked for this cause the game's health deteriorated beyond belief and it was and still is desperate for cleanup. You remember hostage rescue teams? You remember flankers? Do you remember reinforced groups whose tasks are just to stay put in an area to prevent heisters from moving around that much? Don't get me wrong, the new enemy is fine. I think it is well made in both visual and gameplay design and it fits the current state of the game well. But this is not what I was hoping for. I just want hostage rescue teams back, man. Is this just too much ask? Jules gutted every little thing about the enemies in this game I love. Bulldozers reacting to damage? Nah, we don't do that here. Cops securing zones to prevent players from casually entering other areas with ease? Nah, we are gonna remove them cause of performance reasons. Regular enemy types? What does that get out here? I miss the details, man. There are quite literally thousands of enemy lines in this game that are just not implemented. Why? That alone would add so much to the game. Modders fucking did it, why don't you Overkill? And please don't put performance as a reason. The game's performance is already atrocious. It looked drab and dated even when it was released, and the passing time didn't help much either. I am not saying overhaul the fucking game or anything. Just use what you already have in the fucking game files. I am sorry about the rant here, but I just miss the old Payday's details and style. The gameplay of the current Payday with a more refined style with details that made old Payday 2 and PDTH great would be my wet dream. But nothing in life goes the way you want. Who can guarantee that the game you played for years can survive without losing its identity and the initial style after so long? Answer is no one. Change is inevitable and Payday 2 changed for the worst. I expected a lot more when they made this Reddit poll. But I see how unreasonable that was. Not because of this new enemy or anything. I just grow up, I understand how much of a clusterfuck game development is. I understand how poorly kept Payday 2 is, and I don't think it is reasonable to expect Denka and the smaller team working on Payday 2 to fix every single bug and design problem that accumulated over the years. That would be quite literally fucking impossible. The small dev team is trying to fix every single problem that accumulated over the years by adding new stuff. And I think the reason why they add new stuff is to make the updates more appealing to please paymasters and the general audience who are younger than a typical street cat's lifespan. I think the Martial enemy is great and I would love to see them in other heists. But this come at the side effect of me realizing how varied the old Payday 2 and PDTH was in terms of enemies. I am sorry, I leave now.